Don't worry. The one person in here, don't worry. I'm here. I just had to grab the drinks for the live. Let's see, how many do we have? One. Let's see. We do 4, 4, 4, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 4 right there. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bailey, what is going on? We do have 7 people in here. To everyone that's in here, what's going on? How's everyone's day going so far? 4. Wag, bro? What do you mean wag, bro? Shitty? Ashley's doing shitty. Sorry to hear about that, Ashley. Rue, what is going on? So, we're doing a fragrance live. I obviously have a lot of cologne. Ashley, that's weird. That's weird, buddy. So, what I'm doing, I have 4 Middle Eastern colognes, 4 cheaper designer colognes, 4 more expensive designer colognes, and then 4 niche colognes. We'll put them head to head. Everyone will vote on them. If you don't like fragrances, hop out the live. If you do like fragrances, stay in the live. Voice your opinion. I'll put up a poll and everything. Right now we have 4. I guess I'll show you guys what we have. For the Middle Eastern fragrances, Rasasi Hawass Ice, Lattafa's Mahir Legacy. I tried to only do like 1 from a specific brand. I didn't want to do like 3 or 4, Lattafas. Paris Corner Maj Moscow Mule, Game of Spades Full House, which this is more expensive than the cheap designers, and it's a Middle Eastern fragrance. Off to like the cheaper designers, Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum, Hugo Boss Bottled EDT. 2 bangers that I absolutely love coming up next. And honestly, every single one of these fragrances I've listed off and will choose are phenomenal in my opinion. Calvin Klein's Eternity Air and Versace Dylan Blue closes off for the cheaper designer list. Now we're going more expensive designers. So for this one, I'm going to go Dior Sauvage Elixir. I'm going to go Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramall. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to go Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. I'm going to go Acqua di Gio Profondo. I kind of realized I have a lot of like warm weather fragrances, fresher fragrances. Sauvage Elixir is kind of just a throw-in, but it kind of has to compete with the niche fragrances that we have. I have a lot more warm weather niche fragrances than cool weather niche fragrances. And we need one more like nicer designer fragrance. I'm gonna go with. Do I go this one? Yes, I'm going this one. Tom Ford Black Orchid EDT. Do I have Azzaro? I have 1 Azzaro. So I used to have Most Wanted Parfum. And where is it? Right here. I still have like a 5 ml decant of it. I had it. I traded it, but I made sure to get a decant. So I still have Most Wanted Parfum. And here's a cheapie from Azzaro. This is Azzaro Sport. It smells just like Mont Blanc Legend. Maybe a little bit fresher, and it still lasts a decent amount of time. This is another Azzaro that I think is pretty good. It's like $16, $17 for the 3.4 ounce. So it's cheap, but it smells good. and you'll definitely get compliments with it. I got it from one of my friends for my birthday. They're like, "What do you want?" I was like, "You can just get me like a Zara Sport," because I went to my TJ Maxx. I saw it. And I was like, "Dude, it looks good," and it's pretty good at. Shagan Wagon, thank you for subscribing. Phyllis, what's going on? Long time no see. How have you been, man? Hannah, what's going on? So something I forgot. I'm on spring break right now. A lot of my viewers are in the US and are like high school, middle school, or like college aged. There's some older viewers as well. But there's not going to be as many people on live normally because normally when I go live, everyone's out of school. So we need 4 niche fragrances now. We are going to be going, let's see, Redline 2654, Instant Crush. Okay, we're kind of, for niche fragrances, do I want to do Xerjoff? I kind of don't want to do Xerjoff. Okay, for the niche fragrances, I'm copying 2 brands here. I have one Xerjoff, so I could do another niche brand, but I don't really want to do the Xerjoff. So this is Mancera's Red Tobacco. This is Mancera's Instant Crush. Then we have from City Rhythm, Austin in Redline 2654. So we have everything set up for the fragrance battles. Now I just have to make the matchups real quick, which won't be that hard. We are going to do... Let's see. You against... Wow, maybe these matchups aren't as easy as I thought. Let's go... Okay, also, let me know what your fragrance of the day is, everyone. I'm wearing Lattafa's Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. I should just pull it out instead of just talking about it. I'm wearing Lattafa Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. Very good fragrance, good longevity, good projection. 6 to 7 hours, a foot or two of projection. Smells just like, why am I blanking on it? It smells just like Mace Margiela by the fireplace. That's what this one smells like. Let's see, we're going to go... We'll go boom, boom. Okay. I like making the matchups, but at the same time, I don't always, like, love making the matchups because I feel like it might be kind of unfair. In a sense, I really have no clue. I don't know. I feel like sometimes it could be looked at as unfair because I won't lie, there's been some times where I have purposefully, like, put a fragrance that I want to win up against something that's not really good just because I kind of want to see it win. But I won't do that this time. I'm trying to do a pretty fair matchup, but it's like now I just have an oddball. I have a bunch of, like, freshies, and then I just have Tom Ford Black Orchid. I don't know really what I'm supposed to match this up with. I guess we'll match it up with this one. We'll go Was Ice. Okay. We have everything set up. Are you and your girlfriend still together? Yes, me and Hollister are still together. Our 2-year anniversary was... 2-year dating anniversary was November. So, 2 and... will be a half year. 2.5 years in like 2 months. So we're going to get started. Here we have, this is a cheaper designer. This is 2 cheaper designers going head to head. Calvin Klein Eternity Air and Hugo Boss Bottled EDT. I don't know. I'm sure a lot more people have smelled Boss Bottled opposed to Eternity Air. This was the first time I'd ever seen Eternity Air, and I decided to get it simply because I had never seen it before. You can always go see Eternity Aqua, the different flankers of Eternity. You can find the original Eternity at your racks all the time. I saw this one. I looked up the note breakdown. It looked like a good note breakdown, and I really do enjoy it. But Hugo Boss Bottled EDT is one of my girlfriend's favorites as well. It's an original, it's the original Boss Bottled fragrance. I don't think you can go wrong with it. But these 2 fragrances, Boss Bottled EDT, it's a woodsy cinnamon appley fragrance, but it's still fresh. It's more of this like powdery, woodsy nuances to it. It's not overly strong. It's not overly in your face. It is just a good, nice, easy reach fragrance. This is one you can put on. You'll get compliments and you can wear it year round. Calvin Klein Eternity Air. Let's see. I want to get this one on a tester strip. Eternity Air is interesting to me because it combines one fragrance I love, two fragrances I love, and one fragrance that I like. The fragrance that I like is Eternity. Yes, big surprise. Calvin Klein's Eternity Air has the Eternity DNA. Who would have guessed it? Then it also has, to me, what I detect, the Jimmy Choo Man EDT DNA, which I have a bottle of that one and I love it. And like Gucci Guilty Black or Gucci Guilty Parfum, both of those fragrances my dad wore. It's this like citrusy green aquatic area. Like there's aquatics, there's aldehydes, there's a bunch of juniper berries, there's some spices for just a nice dumb reach summer fragrance, something that you can throw on, even a year-round fragrance. Eternity Air is super good. I paid $27 for this 100 ml 3.4 ounce. If you don't know what 100 ml is, something something cheap, very cheap. Harry, $27 USD, I think is decently affordable. Calvin Klein's Eternity, good. I was just describing it. It's a good year-round fragrance. Another one, though, that I would recommend to you, probably over Eternity, Rasasi Huas Ice. If you smell like YSLY and Invictus, this is like a combination of those two fragrances. They're good. But y'all, make sure to vote. We have 9 people in here. We only have 3 votes. Vote on the fragrances, which ones you would pick over another if you smelt them. What is this person saying? Bro, what is... Okay, I have no clue. Let's see. It's just hiding it, and it's just making a mess in the chat, so... I guess we'll have to hide this kid. I was thinking about Hawas. Should I? Hawas or Hawas Ice. I own both of them. I just got Hawas Ice. I would honestly say if you're just looking for something very cheap that's really, really good year-round, go Hawas Ice. It's a little bit better year-round than Hawas. It's a little easier to wear in the warm weather. Hawas is a little bit better in the cool weather than Hawas Ice is because it's a little more strong. But I would say go Hawas Ice. It's a different wearing experience. It's a little bit better. Eternity Aqua is great. I've never tried Eternity Aqua. This is Eternity Air. I absolutely love this one. Thanks, man. Harry, no problem. If, whatever fragrance you do get, come back on the live. Let me know, and let me know what you think of it for sure. Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla. Spice and Black Vanilla is pretty good. It's not bad. Harry, Spice and Black Vanilla, if it's still cold where you're at, would it be a bad option? Tiki Taki, I don't know if you're saying you're wearing Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla or that was an option, but that's a good option for something that's cheap. If it's still cooler, it's like a nice powdery vanilla with a tiny bit of cinnamon. Close to like Spice Bomb Extreme, but a lot less spicy. My Boss Bottled has macerated a bit and I'm finally starting to love it. I got this fragrance. So my dad took me back to school shopping and we stopped at Ross. I found this 3.4 ounce is like 40 or it was like 45 or $50. There was also a big 200 ml of Aqua de Gio Eau de Parfum for like $100. One, my dad was like, I'm not spending $100 on a cologne right now. He's like, I'll buy you the Boss for $50, but I'm not spending $100 on a cologne for you right now. And I was like, okay, whatever. Because he had just bought me a bunch of clothes. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Also, I wanted Hugo Boss bottled more. I never had a Boss bottled fragrance. I already had Aqua de Gio Profundo. I don't really love the Eau de Parfum. Like, it's good, but it's not insane. So I picked this one, and I love this one. My girlfriend absolutely loved this one. I rock this one a lot in the summer, and I kind of stopped wearing it as the weather got cooler. It's interesting because, yes, it's woodsy, it's cinnamon, it has some apple in there. You'd think it's a nice, like, cool weather fragrance, but to me, I enjoy wearing it more in the warm weather. So that's why I really didn't wear this one for a decent amount of time. But I got this one for back to school. I bought Eros last year. What Eros? If it's Eros EDT, it's good. I had Eros EDT. I sold it. Eros EDT, it's a good fragrance. You know, you have that mint and apple combo, vanilla dry down. It's good, but it's nothing insane. Did you go to school today, John? I'm on my spring break right now, so this whole week I have off. We just have 5 days off. So, I didn't go to school because we don't have school. Did my reviews on Eros Flame for a summer fragrance? Oh, you're okay. You're asking me my opinion. Modhav, welcome back. Oh, I see. Yeah, John. So we have this, and then like 2.5, 3 months, then we're done with school. I'm so excited. Micah, did I change time zones? No. Why? Eros Flame as a summer fragrance. So I say, yeah, Eros Flame can be worn year round. If you are going strictly off of, I want Eros Flame to wear in the summer, is it a good fragrance for that? Many would say no. I would say absolutely yes. It's very citrusy, and it's so citrusy that it's sweet. It's not sour, it's sweet. It's this citrusy, sweet, rose, woodsy, fresh, sweet, woodsy, peppery bomb. You can wear it in the summer for sure. It's phenomenal year round. It definitely works well. I won't lie, it does work better in the cooler weather. You can overspray it pretty easily, but this stuff, getting a whiff of this on a hot day, I love it. I love wearing it too on a hot day. It projects so good. Better than the original Eros, in my opinion. The original Eros, a lot of people say before Eros Energy came out, people were like, Eros EDT is the best one for summer. I would say Eros Eau de Parfum or Flame is the best for summer. You want something spicy and it changes. Oh, and it comes up. It comes up a lot. Assuming you're saying like it comes up in like your feet a lot, it's a really good fragrance. I would recommend it. But Madhav, look on like if like Joma Shop will ship to you. Might take like a week or two to get it, but you'll pay like 60, $70. No more than 5 sprays of Eros Flame though, right? I go normally if I'm wearing it, I'm going 4 sprays. That's my magic number with Eros Flame is 4 sprays. Let's end this one here as well. Oh, okay, it's 50-50. There's 7 people in here. We need one person to vote, and then we can end the poll. John says, enjoy your spring break, and don't forget free ice cream at Dairy Queen on Thursday for their first day of spring. Also, Rita's has free ice water as well. I don't know what Rita's is, but thank you for letting me. I saw that it's like Dairy Queen has like you get free ice cream and then Krispy Kreme you can get like a free donut for like 3 days in a row or some shit. I have no clue. I remember last year. I don't know if it was every Krispy Kreme. I would assume it was probably every Krispy Kreme, but they did this thing where if you signed up for the app and like you like registered like your birthday or some shit like that, then you would get a free dozen donuts. Literally every single kid in my school redeemed it. We have one Krispy Kreme. It's a small ass Krispy Kreme. Dude, it was crazy. Kids were coming in because you could just get it and then you could hold on to it whenever. Kids were obviously just redeeming it as soon as they could. Everyone had Krispy Kreme, dog. Free ice cream on Thursday. I know what I'm doing Thursday. But y'all, we need one person to vote. Why is nobody voting? We have 8 people in here. We need one person to vote. Calvin Klein's Eternity. It's hard to see. It says Air right there. Calvin Klein's Eternity Air or Hugo Boss Bottled EDT. If you've never tried either of these fragrances, what bottle looks better? Just vote for whatever one at Dairy Queen. Is it just like an ice cream cone or what? I don't know, dude. If I go to Dairy Queen, I'm getting an M&M Blizzard, dude. I don't think anyone's going to vote. And we're already 20 minutes in. I'm just going to pass Hugo Boss Bottled EDT. I wanted somebody to vote. I dislike having to pass one on because then again, I feel like it almost comes off a little like forced because I'm like, okay, well, I'm passing on this one. No one was voting. Here we have a double niche matchup. Would be cool to have a Blue Day Chanel Elixir. I would smell that, okay? Here's the thing, because a Blue Day Chanel Elixir, you're blending your base, citrusy, clean, fresh, easy to wear. That's what the base of that elixir would be. I would like to smell the Aqua de Gio elixir as well, because those are both, citrusy, clean, fresh fragrances that now have a warmer, maybe like earthier tone is the way I would go with an elixir that is a, traditionally fresher fragrance. I think a Bleu de Chanel elixir could be good, and it could be the best in the line. I'm not a huge Bleu de Chanel fan, though. Boss, well, Anthony, we'll just say that was your vote that passed it on. But these two fragrances here, City Rhythm Austin and Mancera's Instant Crush, two phenomenal compliment getting niche fragrances. Super, super good. I know when I run out of this 1 ounce of Austin, I am buying a 3.4 ounce. It is so good. Two phenomenal fragrances. Yeah, they got a lot of hype on TikTok. Some people are skeptical about them. Some people swear by these fragrances. Some people hate. I'm so dumb, dude. On the poll, I put Instant Crush and then Instant Crush again, bruh. Instant Crush and Austin. So, who hypes up fragrances like these? I hype up Instant Crush a lot. I hype up Austin a lot. Fragrance knowledge, I think he is where Austin got a lot of its hype. He was saying Austin is like one of the best niche fragrances you can get. Smells super good. He really hyped up this fragrance. I think it's definitely worth the hype. Instant Crush is super good as well. Austin smells like, this to me smells like what I thought Angel Share was going to smell like. This smells like a boozy apple pie. I smell, there's tobacco, there's apple, there is cinnamon. To me, straight up smells like an apple pie. Great longevity, great projection. It's extrait de parfum. This 30 ml is like $90, and then the 3.4 ounce is like $190. So it's really not that bad. Tana says, what, Tana or Tana? I'm not sure how to say that. You can just correct me on it. But Tana or Tana said, never smell either. Just vote for whatever bottle you think looks better. You can get a look at Austin. It's like the outline of, Austin's city line, whatever you call it. I don't know. I don't live in a big city. It says live music festival, music notes on it. Mancera Instant Crush, nice like golden to like bronzy gradient, nice gold accents. Mancera Instant Crush has the Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA, something like Ariana Grande Cloud. Something that's cloning Baccarat Rouge will kind of smell like this. It's citrusy, fruity, saffron, floral sweet, kind of zingy to the nose. Two phenomenal fragrances though, and these are two potent fragrances. On these, now keep in mind, Instant Crush is eau de parfum. City Rhythm Austin is extrait de parfum. I do 3 sprays with Austin. I do 3 sprays with Instant Crush. I get the same longevity. No, not the same longevity and projection. Pretty comparable. With Instant Crush, I get at least 4 feet. With Austin, I get at least 3 feet. With Instant Crush, I get at least like 10 hours. With Austin, I get at least like 10 hours. Now, Instant Crush doesn't just have like a better atomizer. Let's take a look at Instant Crush's atomizer. That's one thing someone could think. It has a super good pressurized Mancera atomizer. Smells very good. Austin. Another super good pressurized atomizer. Oh, that smells phenomenal. Honestly, what I do sometimes, if I just want to make my room smell super good, I have this little fan. I don't know if anyone has like ever seen me move the fans. Sometimes like during the start of the live, if it's like in the way, I'll move it. But I'll turn on my fan, and one of my favorite ones to do, I'll just do like 2 sprays of Austin, and then I'll let the fan go for like a couple seconds, and then I'll turn it off. And then it just like, the scent just settles down, and it's so good. I wish you had more Mancera fragrances. Mancera is just such a good brand to buy from. They're affordable, they're strong, they're compliment getters, they're amazing. Damn those atomizers. Madhav, you are absolutely right. These are phenomenal atomizers and phenomenal scents, respectively. Respectably, I believe, is what I'm supposed to say. I'm opening up my window. I love these fragrances. Damn, they are strong, though. Thoughts on the old Armani Code bottles? Look and smell, I miss the old bottle design. Honestly, I agree with you. Old bottle design, this is the eau de parfum. New one, different, probably different. Maybe not a different atomizer. It's a different bottle, and it smells like or Profumo, I can't remember. The original Eau de Parfum is my favorite Armani code I have ever smelt personally. It smells so damn good. It smells like the original Armani code with citrus. That's straight up what it smells like. Citrusy Armani code. The citrus lasts all the way through. Um, such such a good fragrance. Sad that it got discontinued, but it's phenomenal. Maria, what's going on? How's your day going? Have Creative Ventus and Green Irish Tweed plus Legend Spirit and Camera. What should you get next? Honestly, I'm gonna recommend you two. I'm gonna just say TT for you. TT, what I would recommend you get next. $50. Okay? Hear me out. I'm assuming you're in like the US or it's gonna get warm. If it's not, correct me and I can like put together two other fragrances. But what I would say, TT, is Rasasi Huas Ice is $29. Get this. Latafel Mahir Legacy is $21. Put these together, $50. You have a pretty good summer rotation right here. Rasasi Huas Ice is like Rasasi Huas mixed with YSLY, like the green apple from YSLY. Latafel Mahir Legacy is a clone of Parfums de Marly Sedley in Montana. I'm in Montana too. That's crazy. Well, I'm in Montana. I'm busting out these fragrances right now. TT, these are what I would recommend to you. Good. How's your day going so far? I can't complain. What just happened to me? I'm on my spring break right now. Yesterday, hung out with my girlfriend. Later in the day, hung out with my friends and my girlfriend. Had a sleepover with my friends. Stayed up late. Kind of woke up, early-ish. Kind of tired, but I'm feeling good. I got work tonight, but just feeling it. Feeling pretty good. Can't complain because I don't have school. That's really the big thing. Let's see. Okay, there's a winner here. Mancera Instant Crush, 67% to 33%. Austin is phenomenal. The one thing, though, that I did not mean to drop Austin. Okay. Well, that's what it looks like when you drop a fragrance. It gets all, like, fizzy. And then it almost looks like it's separating. It bubbles to the tops. And then it bubbles to the top. And then the bubbles just pop and it goes back to normal. But one thing I realized with the City Rhythm fragrances, not everyone has smelt them. Some people can. Now, here's the thing. I can't go into my Dillards and smell Parfums de Marly's. I can't go into my Ulta and smell Xerjoffs. I can't go into my Ulta and smell Manceras. That's something I can't do. There are some people, they can walk in, they can smell the new Aqua de Gio elixir. They can smell a new Xerjoff. They can smell Mind Games. I can't do that. But like, that's kind of the same thing with City Rhythm, because if I'm not mistaken, City Rhythm doesn't have any in-store, any like actual in-store locations. It's all just online. So you would have to order a sample, or you would have to, be gifted, order something. I didn't order this. I have 3 City Rhythm fragrances. My buddy got traded this big bottle, this big 3.4 ounce of 2654, and he bought for like $450 around Christmas from City Rhythm. Is a 10-pack. It's 10 City Rhythm fragrances, 1 ounces for like $450. It was $500, but he had like a $50 coupon, or they had like a deal. So it was like $45 a bottle, and Austin is super good. That's how I got that one. And then I also have Miami Tropical Confessions. Just have fun. Wish you the best, Maria. Thank you. We have 2 good summer fragrances right here. We have City Rhythm Redline 2654 and Rasasi Hawass Ice. 2 phenomenal fragrances now that I think about it. Redline 2654. So Redline 2654 is like, it's, as you can see, I don't know if you guys can read it. It might be flipped, but it says Miami on this side and then San Diego on this side. So it's a mix of San Diego and City Rhythm Miami. San Diego is like this blue raspberry, sweet, fruity, fresh, coconutty fragrance. Miami is like a coconut version of Baccarat Rouge. Nice, fruity, floral, sweet, coconutty. So this fragrance, it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540 mixed with like Le Beau because it has this really good coconut. The EDT of LeBeau mixed with like a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher. It's so good. And then Rasasi Hawass Ice smells like Invictus. It smells like Rasasi Hawass. But Rasasi Hawass smells like Invictus. So it's very sugary sweet. And you have this super nice sweet green apple from like YSLY, I would say. It's the best of both worlds because you get that nice, super sweetness of Rasasi Hawass. Get a little more toned down, easier to smell, easier to wear with a super nice green apple. Longevity and projection though. With Hawass Ice, I get at least 9 to 10 hours of longevity, but I only get like a foot or two of projection. It's not an insanely strong fragrance, but it lasts a long time. And it is eau de parfum concentration, which I'm pretty sure the original Hawass is as well. City Rhythm Redline 2654. Like 10 hours of longevity, but like at least 3 feet of projection, maybe even 3 to 4 feet of projection. And this is extrait de parfum. So a lot stronger than, theoretically a lot stronger than Hawass Ice, but both phenomenal. And then also this is $190. This is $29. They're both good. I also didn't realize, maybe this is what made me do this matchup, but I realized they both have white caps. I didn't realize that, but I will say the white caps do look sleek on these fragrances. Thoughts on 1 Million Lucky or 1 Million Elixir? So if you're asking me my opinion between those fragrances, 1 Million Elixir is so much better. I don't like Lucky. I love sweet fragrances. It is way too like sugary, hazelnutty sweet for me. I do not like that one at all. 1 Million Elixir, which is objectively a pretty sweet fragrance, I absolutely love. 1 Million Lucky is the only fragrance I've really ever had an issue when I smelt it. Like, I spray it and it makes me, like, nauseous. I don't know. It's, like, way too sweet. Would it be cool to have an Ultramalt Elixir? It could definitely be cool to have an Ultramalt Elixir. What I would imagine is Ultramalt, you know, a pretty nice, like, fresher, fruity, sweet, vanillic, earthy green fragrance with, I would imagine, like, throw in a bunch more, like, resinous amber, throw in, like, some frankincense, throw in a little bit of tobacco. I wouldn't want to make it too much like Le Malt Elixir, and I would want to use, like, a different tobacco, a more airy tobacco, so it's, like, this translucent, heavier, but still, like, a light fragrance. It's a heavier smelling fragrance, but I would want something that it's still, like, a lighter wear, like Ultramalt. Like, yes, Ultramalt is a good projector, but it's like, when someone smells Ultramalt, or when you smell Ultramalt, it's like a cloud of cotton candy around you. It's this nice cotton candy soft smell that encases you. When you smell like a really strong tobacco fragrance, it's like someone's just like smoking a cigarette and just blowing it at you. That's the difference with like a sweet fragrance and then like a spicy fragrance. But yeah, these two fragrances, let's see. Okay, Hawass Ice, it 100 off 4 votes. 100% went to Redline, or 100% went to Hawass Ice, and I don't blame you guys. Hawass Ice, one, probably more of you guys have smelt it because it is a lot cheaper, or maybe you guys have just smelt Hawass. But Redline 2654, you know, like I said, you can't really smell it, and that could be a fault with my company that I'm making as well. You know, I obviously won't be in stores, at least for a while. Now, ultimately, yes, my goal would be to get my fragrances in some stores. Do you think that they should bring back Polar Red Extreme? I don't think I ever smelled Polar Red Extreme, so I don't really have an opinion on that, I guess. I like Polo Red. I've smelled all the Polo Red. Actually, I think I smelled Polar Red Extreme. I'm pretty sure this kid that I took a egg class with last year, I'm pretty sure he wore Polo Red Extreme. I liked it. It was either Polo Red Parfum or Extreme. I think he said Extreme though. It was pretty good. It was like fresh and like spicy at the same time. It was interesting, but it was strong. It was strong, it was fresh, it was spicy. It was like reminiscent of like something I had when I was younger though. It almost kind of smelled like Polo Club Blaze. Scooped a bottle of Polar Red Extreme and I love it. Heard Polar Red Rush is interesting for the warm weather. Polar Red Rush sounds interesting. Here we have a good cheaper designer versus Middle Eastern matchup. Lattafa's Mahir Legacy and Versace's Dylan Blue. Lattafa Mahir Legacy is a clone of Parfums de Marly Sedley, and Dylan Blue is an original fragrance. So, Lattafa's Mahir Legacy. To me, it's gingery fresh. Okay. It's citrusy, gingery, clean, a little earthy and dirty in the middle. And then after about like an hour, that dirty earthiness, I don't really like the dirty earthiness that comes in here. Okay, I'm starting to come around to it more because then there's a bit where the earthiness teams up with frankincense, which I really like that. But for a little bit, it just has this like random dirty earthiness with this citrusiness and it just sticks out. But then off the dry down, it's absolutely phenomenal. It transitions more from that dirty earthiness into that frankincense is more or less what I think. And then it just gets super fresh, airy, light, peppery, fizzy. Good fragrance. It does not smell like a Sprite. That is one thing I will say. A lot of people, they're like, oh, Sedley smells like a Sprite. Now, granted, this is not Sedley. Sedley could smell like a Sprite. Mahir Legacy seems to be a bad clone of Sedley if Sedley is supposed to smell like a Sprite. But it's like addicting to keep smelling almost. God, I love it. And then Versace's Dylan Blue. I'm spraying this one in there as well. This one, ambery, aquatic. It's just like ambery, ambergris, airy, aquatic, citrusy grapefruit. Super, super good. Synthetically, like sticky sweet. But two phenomenal fragrances, honestly. The difference is both 3.4 ounces, about 19 bucks. Dylan Blue, about 19 bucks more. About double the price of Mahir Legacy. Mahir Legacy, 21 bucks. Dylan Blue, about 40 bucks for the 3.4 ounce on discounters. I think that's a phenomenal price. About 60 bucks for the 200 ml, like 60 or 70 bucks for the 200 ml on discounters. Dylan Blue is a really nice pickup. Super good. But it's better for the younger crowd. A lot of older guys will say, you know, I picked up Dylan Blue, I don't like it. And a lot of the younger guys will say, picked up Dylan Blue, and I love it. Have I been able to find any Polo Explorer yet? Very, very cedarwood and sandalwood scent. Brandy, I remember you telling me about that. No, I have not seen it. I have been to my rack stores recently, but like, I know someone's been asking me about like Jimmy Choo Man Urban Hero Elixir. I've seen that one before, but of course it was before that guy pointed it out. And then now after he pointed it out, I cannot find it. I think it's Steve Austin is his name. Oh, pro tip, smell coffee grounds before each scent so you can smell the full smell. You're not mixing the two smell together. Believe it or not, it does happen. That definitely is true. I used to have coffee grounds. I just kind of got rid of them because I didn't even really use them that much. And like, yes, you are right. I'm not smelling the fragrances properly. When I did, a spray of this and I just did a spray of this, it does mix together. Now, granted, like you can still smell it. Like I'll be able to pick out what Dylan Blue smells like opposed to Mahir Legacy. But yes, Brandy, very, very true. If you're, being very technical about it, smell the coffee grounds, kind of reset your nose. And it's interesting, a fact, which I guess Brandy just reminded me of this, a fact with the coffee beans, a lot of people think it like sets your nose and makes it so you're not stuffy. So say you smell the cologne, you still have that cologne in your nose. You smell the coffee, it's a very pungent, bitter smell. That's what coffee smells like. You smell it, so you have that very distinct coffee smell in your nose. Then, all you smell is the coffee. You smell Dylan Blue, and holy shit, you can smell the bergamot. You can smell the grapefruit. You can smell the ambroxan. So the coffee doesn't reset your nose. It gets your nose concentrated on that specific coffee scent, and then your nose can focus better on the actual scent. So that's something interesting that I can't remember who someone said that and was like going science about it, and they're like technically yes, you can just say that, it's fine, but like actually speaking, it's different. It's very hard to find as it's been discontinued like 15 years ago. Well, like Mont Blanc Starwalker's been discontinued for at least like 10 years, and you can still find it all around the rack stores. Thoughts on 9 p.m.? 9 p.m. is good. Now, if you want something close to Ultramall, get 9 p.m. If you want Ultramall, get Ultramall. Do not get 9 p.m. You will find something to complain about. If you want something like Ultramall, get 9 p.m. You are so awesome, dude. Thank you, Brandy. All I would say to people about Dylan Blue is you have to spray it on skin, then wait for the dry down. That's where the magic is. Exactly. A lot of people, they'll spray it right off the bat. They'll be like, oh, this is really not that good, and they won't smell it. It is kind of like oily. It's just like resinous oiliness as soon as you first spray it. No, I'm not saying like it looks like a oily resin all over your hand, but it definitely does have like a more oily synthetic scent as soon as you spray it. But once it dries down, it's airy, it's citrusy sweet, it's so good. Your descriptions are by far the best out of any perfume or cologne reviewer I've ever seen. Brandy, I appreciate that. 212 VIP. I can't remember if I've ever smelled 212 VIP. I smelled one of the 212s, and it was just like a more floral, maybe more peppery Invictus. It was pretty good. I've heard the whole 212 line kind of smells like Invictus, though. Dylan Blue, 100%, 2, 0%. Dylan Blue is the very next fragrance on my wish list. Seems like a very perfect everyday fragrance. Madhav, this is one of my go-tos in the warmer weather, and it's a great year-round fragrance. Yeah, it's amazing in the year-round. I personally prefer to wear the more, I want to wear a summer fragrance in the summer. I want to wear a winter fragrance in the winter. I don't really want to wear, a good year-round fragrance. Like, I'll wear a good year-round fragrance in the summer. You wear one in the winter if I have something to do. But if it's cold, if I'm going to be outside, I want to wear something warm. I want to wear something spicy. Dylan Blue, you can definitely wear year-round. This is one of those ones that I do wear year-round. Can I explain the difference between Parfum, Cologne, Eau de Toilette? It's the oil concentration. So if you don't... Okay, and also I should say Dylan Blue 1, 100% to 0%. So if you do not know, fragrances have a concentration. As Brandy listed off, Parfum, Cologne, Eau de Toilette. There's like Eau Fraiche, which is like 2% fragrance oil. Cologne, which is like 5% fragrance oil. There's like Eau Fraiche, Cologne, EDT, EDP, Parfum, Extrait de Parfum. There's no elixir, which I don't think a lot of people realize that. A lot of people think elixir is like a strength, but it's not a strength of fragrance. It's just like what you call a fragrance. Elixir is more of a marketing term. Elixir holds no meaning, which I feel like if elixir was like a concentration, if all elixirs had to be like above, extrait de parfum, that could be cool. But because people can just use elixir as just like a random marketing term, I don't really like that. I mean, in the end, it's whatever. But why, don't just like slap elixir on something and be like, yeah, it's an elixir. Bro, why won't my phone charge? Oh, because it's plugged into the top one. Duh. The top one don't work. There we go. Okay, now my phone's charging. Now we're back on. 212 has an elixir version. Oh, but the difference is just the oil concentration. The oil concentration keeps going up. If you don't know, fragrances are made out of fragrance oils. Here are two random ones I pulled out, sandalwood and coconut. I would use a layering of these fragrances, these fragrance oils, put perfumer's alcohol, put a solvent if, something isn't skin. There's no such thing as, okay, so there's such as like non-skin stable oils, which you just need to use a stabilizer for, and then they're skin stable. But there are some. So if you're making your own fragrances, like bergamot, you have to use an additive that's a stabilizer, because if you go out in the heat, the bergamot will burn your skin. And in some cases, it can be very, very bad, especially if you have sensitive skin. Like, if you walk out, you're going to be like, oh, shit, it's just burning a little bit. But if you have sensitive skin, we're talking, you could get a really bad rash, horrible allergic reaction. There's a lot of stuff. But, like, all of these ones are skin safe. But, like, bergamot, Vetiver Aromatics does not make a bergamot oil because they don't want to be responsible if somebody buys their oil, doesn't dilute it properly, doesn't use a solvent properly, and then, they're like, oh, well, your oil did this to me. So that's at least my theory on why they don't have a bergamot. I was looking for a bergamot. I could not find a bergamot. I'm like, bro, you have apple, you have coconut, you have fresh water, you have Egyptian musk. You don't have bergamot. Do what's going on. You're the bomb. Thank you, Brandy. Hi, remember me? The man, I think so. I could possibly. I'm a teen. You need a fragrance for school, preferably sweet. Your teen, you need a fragrance for school, preferably sweet. I've been recommending this one a lot. Rasasi Was Ice. My personal recommendation. Have I tried Zaharoff Cretin? I've never tried any Zaharoff, unfortunately. I was in Dallas, smelled all the PDMs. The one you would buy is Clear Paris. I've never heard of that one. What's up, bro? Montrese, not much. What about you, man? Thank you for stopping in. You have to find some 1920 Chanel No. 5, the ambergris in it. OMG, so potent. I think why it's so potent, though. So the U.S. now has restrictions on ambergris. Now, I don't know. This could be a, very subjective opinion. I don't think harvesting ambergris is inhumane. Literally, a whale poops it out, or I can't remember if they either vomit it out or they poop it out. I'm pretty sure they poop it out, but they poop out the ambergris, and then it hardens in the water and it floats to the top. In other countries, you can take it, you can sell it. In the U.S., if you find ambergris, you can take it and you can give it to your state, or you can take it. I think you can keep it. Do not quote me on that. I think in some states you might be able to keep. Well, it's not all states have it, but I think you may be able to keep it. But you can't sell it or anything. Then that's when it's illegal, because apparently it's inhumane to do it, even though all the human has to do is just find it. Using Boss Dark Blue wrong, or does the dry down simply smell like powder after a strong, spicy, citrusy opening? I agree. It's like a bubblegum, zingy, gingery citrus opening. And it kind of does have just the simple powdery blue dry down. I don't think it's an insanely basic, powdery dry down. I think it's a pretty decent dry down, but it definitely is like a more generic blue fragrance on the dry down. But it has a very interesting opening for sure. Also, y'all, you want to know how my fragrance addiction started? The Smensels in elementary school, bro. The book fair, I swear to God. I would smell those Smensels. I'd be like, bro, I would take a Smensel and I would legit rub it on me, bro. And I would smell like that Smensel, bro. That is how I got started. Some of the $10 cologne, oh my God, I just read it. Some of the $10 colognes you have smell better than some of the really expensive colognes at the mall. I smelled some expensive fragrances that just aren't good. I smell them, they're hyped up, and it's like, dude, why do people like this? Mancera's Red Tobacco, old formulation, screw-off cap, non-pressurized atomizer. Dior Sauvage Elixir. Mancera's Red Tobacco is the super nice, leathery. It's this, so it has pear in the opening, which I don't really get the pear. It's this tobacco-y opening with this leafy, leathery, dark dry down. Dior Sauvage Elixir is this very peppery, lavendery opening. Oh, great. I have red tobacco all over my hand because apparently it's leaking. Yeah, red tobacco. Leathery. It's this leather tobacco, vanillic, herbalness. That's what red tobacco smells like. And that's what I'm going to smell like for the next 24 hours. And then Sauvage Elixir, it's like a peppery, lavendery opening. And then it has this nice licorice root, nutmeggy, herbal dry down. It's honestly a very, very good fragrance. Both of them are. The only thing, red tobacco, you may honestly have some people complain about red tobacco. I haven't had people complain about Sauvage Elixir. I've gotten compliments in school when I wear Sauvage Elixir, and I go 3 sprays. I had one kid say that I asked him if it was too strong, and keep in mind, he's sitting right next to me. He's like, it's a little strong, but it's not too bad. I'm just getting a nice waft of it. And I was like, okay. But red tobacco, I would think would be a lot worse. I think some people would complain about it, but I enjoy it. To be honest, it has a grandpa smell. I love red tobacco. I like it as well. It's really not a surprise to me that Sauvage Elixir did win, though. It's a lot more popular, honestly. Like, Red Tobacco, yeah, it got a lot of hype on TikTok, but the hype was about how bad the fragrance was. People were like, "Oh, I'm gonna do 10 sprays of Red Tobacco," and the joke is like, "Oh, I'm doing 10 sprays, and it's gonna be insanely strong, and it's gonna like choke people out, and it's gonna have a horrible opening." Where it's like, yes, Red Tobacco got a lot of hype, but the hype is just putting the fragrance down. But I love Red Tobacco. I love Sauvage Elixir. I would go Sauvage Elixir over Red Tobacco as well. But yeah. Black Orchid EDT. My favorite Tom Ford. My favorite Tom Ford is either Oud Mineral or Ombre Leather Farm. So I didn't really have a good matchup. This was the best matchup I could put. So we have Tom Ford Black Orchid EDT and Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. So Black Orchid EDT, it's this dark, leathery orchid. It's this like airy, leathery, thick orchid scent. Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum, it's this woody. Wait, do I have a fragrance on this hand? Hold on. I cannot tell. What do I have on this hand? It smells like something but nothing. I have code Eau de Parfum on this hand. Okay, sorry. I just got totally sidetracked. Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum, citrusy, fruity, little bit of vanilla. You have a little bit of rose. You have this nice violet leaf in there. It's a little bit herbal. Two great fragrances. Wear Legend Eau de Parfum year-round. Good longevity, good projection. Black Orchid EDT, for an EDT, it is pretty potent. Good longevity, good projection. And it's a pretty, just like decent, nice, masculine, mature, grown up, but still like an easy wear scent. Black Orchid EDT is. It's a lot easier to wear than the Eau de Parfum, which is where I think that this one's better. I like the smell of the Eau de Parfum, but how it's just like so ramped up in its Eau de Parfum original form, or even the stronger ones, I can't really do. My brother wears and swears by Violet Orchid by Tom Ford. He does, his original layering combo was Violet Orchid and an Ombre Leather Parfum. And he asked his girlfriend to buy him a full-size bottle of both of them because he got a little sample of them when he bought Why I Saw Myself. And she bought him a 3.4 ounce of Violet Orchid and a 3.4 ounce of Ombre Leather, the original. Which still isn't bad, and he still likes it. But the Ombre Leather Parfum and Violet Orchid, such a good layering combo. I'm sure the original Ombre Leather and Violet Orchid is still a good layering combo, though. But y'all, vote on this one. Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum or Violet Orchid EDT. If you haven't smelled Violet Orchid EDT, if you smell any, not Violet Orchid, Black Orchid EDT. If you've never smelled any Black Orchid, like, you know exactly what this smells like. It smells just like it, just a little bit weaker. My country doesn't ship Rasasi Hawass. What are some fragrances you can get then? Or I guess, like, if it's easier to tell me the restrictions on the type of fragrances you can get. Black Orchid, just because I want Tom Ford bottles so badly. I like the Tom Ford bottles. They're nice bottles. They're different looking bottles. They stand out, but they're basic looking. Like, this is not a crazy looking bottle, but something about it just makes it stand out. Maybe it's like, I don't know if you guys can see, but, it's like the lines on it. It's the, shiny Tom Ford plaque. Maybe it's, the little strings that they put on. Maybe it's the unusual looking cap. Maybe it's the, slightly bigger atomizer than normal. It's just something about the bottles. Definitely, they look sleek, but like crazy different at the same time. Something designer. Okay, something designer. Segri. Go Versace Dylan Blue or Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau EDT. My two recommendations. Let's see. If there's a clear winner. Ooh, okay, it's 50-50. One, okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm ending it here. Black Orchid ended up passing on. That's a good matchup because now we have Sauvage Elixir and Black Orchid matched up opposed to Sauvage Elixir and Legend Eau de Parfum matched up. Honestly, I did not expect that one. I didn't expect that outcome. So that was kind of surprising. I am going to start trying to get threes a little bit quicker. Profondo. I guess I didn't even realize we're already an hour into this. So here we have Aqua de Gio Profondo and Paris Corner Maj Moscow Mule. What are my thoughts on Paco Rabanne, the one that looks like the shuttlecock for badminton? I have no clue, honestly. Because I know from Paco Rabanne, Invictus, which looks like a trophy, Phantom, which looks like a robot, and then 212, which is like a stick of something. I have no clue. Anyways, Brandy, I'm not sure on that. Aqua de Gio Profondo, Paris Corner Maj, Moscow Mule. You don't remember what it's called. I have no clue. And to be fair, I've only smelt the Phantom line, the 212 line, and the 1 million line, and the Invictus line. So I've only smelt 4 lines. There could be more, and I could have never, and I just have maybe never seen it, never even heard of it. Aqua de Gio Profondo, Paris Corner Maj, Moscow Mule. Maj, Moscow Mule opens up very citrusy. There's a nice green apple, and then there's a nice ginger there in the background that's a little spicy. Then off the dry downs, very fresh, citrusy, airy. There's some oak moss. There is still that ginger in the dry down. It's a very refreshing fragrance in the dry down. You can almost like drink this. It's so refreshing. Good longevity, good projection as well. Aqua de Gio Profondo. This is this aquatic. There's sea notes. There's aquazone. There's mineral notes. There is some powderiness. It's like that clean linen Aqua de Gio DNA. Another one, decent longevity, like 5 to 6 hours, with pretty good projection though. Like people can smell when you wear Profondo for sure. 2 good freshies, about $90 for the 3.4 ounce, about $35 for the 3.4 ounce. They're both good. I will say, I think that it would be justified to buy Profondo in this stance. Now, Maj Moscow Mule is phenomenal, and obviously I have them both for a reason. If I was between these 2 fragrances in the first place and I could only pick one, Profondo would be the one that I pick. It's just a little like stronger, a little better smelling in my opinion. If I could only smell like one of these, I would rather smell like Profondo than Maj Moscow Mule. Moscow Mule is very good though. I get a lot of compliments with it. Profondo, it was my go-to last summer. I rocked this one. I have a lot of memories with this one. I don't have those with Moscow Mule yet. Maybe after this summer, if I rock this one a bunch, my opinion could be changed. But they're both phenomenal. Y'all, we have 7 people in here. We should have more than 2 people voting between these 2 fragrances. And I know it could be hard. Maybe you guys have never tried these Middle Eastern fragrances. Vote off the bottles for all I care. That's one thing I normally tell people. Or I tell people, vote off which one sounds better. Would you rather... Okay. Vote for either what bottle you think is better or which one you think would be better. A aquatic, mineral, powdery fragrance or a citrusy, gingery, fresh fragrance. They're both phenomenal. You get good longevity and projection with both of them. One thing I do want to show. Look at the Paris Corner atomizer. Good. It's like borderline pressurized. I'm not going to say it's pressurized, but it's like borderline pressurized. It's so like airy. So airy. Okay, Profondo won 100%. Only 3 people voted. Profondo won 100%. I don't blame y'all passing on Profondo again. As I said, if I could only pick one, I would go Profondo. I have to go do something real quick, but I'm going to put up LeBeau or Full House. And I will let you guys vote on this. I will literally be just like a minute. So, Game of Spades Full House is a clone of Louis Vuitton's Imagination. It's citrusy, minty, fresh, linen, powdery, sweet. And then John Paul Gaultier's LeBeau. This is the EDT. It is coconut. There's Bergamot coconut tonka bean. It's this nice, creamy tonka bean coconut fragrance. I get good longevity and projection with both of these. Now, Full House sticks to my clothes. Normally, I'll do like 2 sprays. Full House, again, has a great pressurized atomizer. Smelling it, airy, minty, citrusy, powdery. Such a good fragrance. Airy sweet, coconut thick sweet. Which one do you want? I'm putting them right here. Like I said, I will be right. You guys cannot see that. Can I zoom in on this? Hold on. Oh, short. I can. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. OMG. How smart am I? Hold on. Okay, I realized that just actually kind of looks dumb. Hold on. We're not doing that. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. I also realized I wasn't fully zoomed out. Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau EDT is a beautiful coconut sweet fragrance. Good longevity, good projection. It has this nice creamy tonka bean, almost like vanilla-like note in there as well. Game of Spades, Full House is another phenomenal fragrance. Nice, citrusy, minty, airy, sweet fragrance, as I was saying. They're both super, super good. Yeah, I don't know. That's like all I have to say. I think low-key what I might do is after this one, because I've already been live for an hour and I have some shit I have to do before I go to work, I might end it here. And then what I think I'll do is I will save the fragrances that I have for the fragrance battles for like a later live. I think I'll probably do one after work. I get off work at like 10 my time. So it might be a later live. Fuck. Some people still, well, I'm on spring break, so I can do it. But I know some people can't. But I'll do a later live tonight. So like in like 8 hours, I'll almost be off work in 8 hours. So fuck. I don't know. Where do I finish it right now? I have no clue what I'm supposed to do. Le Beau won 60% to 40%. Let's see. I don't know, because I have like... Okay, fuck it. We're going for this. We're doing it. No part twos. Okay, we have Acqua di Gio Profondo and Le Beau. Le Beau just won. Acqua di Gio just won prior to Le Beau. Le Beau, nice, creamy, sweet, coconut fragrance. Acqua di Gio Profondo, citrusy, minerally, sweet, aquatic, clean linen. It's really, do you want to smell like you're swimming in a river, you're swimming in a lake, you know, you're out walking by a river, you can smell the saltiness of the river, or do you want to be sipping a coconut adult beverage on a hot Jamaican island, eating jerked chicken, some Rasta pasta? Y'all know what I'm talking about. What one do you want? You know, you want to be walking on a riverside in Montana. You want to be coastline of Miami. Probably coastline of Miami, but they're both phenomenal fragrances. I think for me, and it's interesting because these were like my 2 heavy hitters last summer. These 2 in blue jeans were my 3 like big, like heaviest hitter fragrances last summer. I was always wearing them. I was always getting compliments with them. Acqua di Gio Profondo and LeBeau, a lot of people have asked me, like, yo, if you could only have one, which one would it be? I got them kind of around the same time. I think I got Profondo earlier than LeBeau, but I could be mistaken. But I don't know. I think maybe I'd go LeBeau. My girlfriend really loves LeBeau, and it does stand out because it's just like a straight up coconut, where you don't really get that a lot in fragrances, and that does get reflected by the score. LeBeau won 60% to 40%. Brandy, I did not even see this comment. It was called Paco by Paco Rabanne. So it was his signature fragrance then. Did you smell it, or you had never smelled it and you were asking me if I had ever seen it? Let's see. We got 3 more matchups in this round, which this is the second round. We had just finished with the first round. First round's always the longest. And honestly, like, I did a 16 fragrance battle. It's going to take like an hour 20, an hour 30 minutes. I'm fine with that. I had a bottle, gotcha. Oh, wait, so Brandy, is it a perfume or is it a cologne? Or was it marketed as like a unisex fragrance? And then, of course, if it was discontinued, well, depending on how long ago it was discontinued, you said it was like 15 years ago it was discontinued. Unless you were talking about a different one. I don't know. I always get what people say confused because it's like, I think, oh, this person was talking to me about, 5 separate fragrances. They said one fragrance was discontinued, for example, 15 years ago. I'm like, oh, the one you're talking about right now? But it always slips my mind, dude. Sauvage Elixir is what we have right now. Honestly, I kind of miss Sauvage EDT. Like, it was such a good fragrance, and I just really enjoyed it. I'm kind of sad that I traded it, but at the same time, it's just Sauvage, Unisex, kind of like CK1. Gotcha. So, when you say unisex like CK1, you're saying just like how anyone could wear it? Or are you saying it also kind of smells like CK1? Like, is it just that, like, basic, just, like, clean, like, citrusy linen scent that literally anyone could wear CK1? Tom Ford, Black Orchid, Eau de Toilette, Dior Sauvage Elixir is a super good, 2 super good fragrances and 2 warmer weather or 2 cooler weather fragrances. I'm glad that these 2 are in a matchup together. Sauvage Elixir, it's a woodsy lavender in the opening, and then it's this nutmeggy lavender, licorice root in the dry down. Black Orchid EDT is this leathery, sweet, lipsticky, almost black, dark orchid fragrance. Both good, both strong as well. Had a sweet citrus smell, how the notes of vanilla and sandalwood, how you would think a sunset would smell. When I think of sunset, yeah, honestly, vanilla and sandalwood, interesting. I didn't think about that, but now that I'm thinking, vanilla and sandalwood as a sunset would just like, yeah, for sure. And the funny thing too is I have vanilla and sandalwood as fragrance notes, so I could literally make a vanilla and sandalwood fragrance and like make it I did not mean to do that. Make it like a sunset fragrance. I don't know. It's crazy because I never thought about that. And that's like really where a whole lot of the creativity behind a perfumer is, because it's like, I would never think a sunset would smell like sandalwood and vanilla. And then I'm thinking in my head, a sunset would not smell like lavender and vanilla. I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking Brandy's crazy. And I'm like, hold on. Sandalwood and vanilla legit would smell like a sunset. Like, that's what I would imagine watching the sun go down would smell. Well, I have watched it, and when I think of that memory, that's like what it smells like. What do I think of the Valentino line? The main line that's pretty accessible to everyone. The EDT, good. The Intense, good. Coral Fantasy, good. Green Stravaganza, not bad. Not necessarily good, but that's still a good one. Yellow Dream, not a huge fan. Sauvage Elixir is passing on 60% to 40%. Black Orchid EDT, good. Honestly, when you have such a heavy hitter like Sauvage Elixir, it is kind of hard to live up to the hype, even if you are a Tom Ford Black Orchid Flanker. Here we have a pretty good matchup right here. I would personally say, we've had some pretty decent matchups all around, but this here is a good matchup. We have Hawas Ice and Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue's $10 more. They're both good year-round fragrances. Which one should you spend your money on? Let's start with the cheaper one. Rasasi Hawas Ice, $29 for the 3.4 ounce Eau de Parfum concentration. This smells like Invictus or smells like Rasasi Hawas. It smells more like Rasasi Hawas, so if you smelt that, go off that. If you've only smelled Invictus, it smells like Invictus mixed with YSLY EDP. It smells like Hawas mixed with YSLY EDP. Yeah, it's legit like Hawas, more toned down with that super nice distinct green apple. Good longevity. I get 10 hours of longevity with a foot or two of projection. Versace's Dylan Blue is this aquatic, ambery, woodsy, resinous fragrance. It is a super, super, super good bergamot grapefruit fragrance as well. I get about 8 to 9 hours of longevity. Pre-reformulation batch, 8 to 9 hours with about 2 to 3 feet of projection. About $10 more. Both have a very good wearing experience though. So y'all, there's 6 people in here. Let's vote on this. And again, if you guys have never smelt these, what bottle do you think looks cooler? I would honestly say I love Dylan Blue's bottle. Hawas Ice has a super sleek bottle. Dylan Blue from a collection point of view, while Hawas from a value point of view. And here's the thing. Yes, if I was building a collection, I would probably prioritize Dylan Blue over Hawas just because Dylan Blue is a little warmer than Hawas Ice. So you can wear it in the cooler weather a little bit easier. But both of these are phenomenal. Honestly, I would say if you just want 2 everyday fragrances, you got it right here. I think have 10 fragrances total. 2 everyday fragrances, 2 warm weather fragrances, 2 cool weather fragrances, 2 special occasion fragrances, 1 just really easy wear, not too strong fragrance, and then have just 1 wild card partying fragrance. Hello, what Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances do I have? I used to have 4. Now I only have 2. I have Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau EDT. And then I have Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramall. I had Le Male EDT and Le Male Elixir. I traded Le Male EDT and I sold Elixir. Is light blue for men a good cologne? Assuming you are talking about Dolce & Gabbana light blue, yeah, it's a very good fragrance. Y'all, actually, here's the thing. Dylan Blue went 100-0. I did not expect that. Do not sleep on Hawas Ice, though. Please, Hawas Ice, it does something that Hawas doesn't. But at the same time, then, Hawas does something Hawas Ice doesn't, Nice, I'm getting the JPG Discovery set this week. Isn't it like Ultramall, Scandal, Le Male Elixir, Le Male EDT, Scandal Le Parfum? Or what is all in it? Because I know one time I saw a miniature bottle set. They were selling it for $80, and it's 5 ml fragrances, and it's paying $80 for the miniature bottles. That does not make sense. Let's go. Yes, sir, Modov. Okay, we have the last one of the second round, and it is not really a good matchup. Admittedly, we have Mancera's Instant Crush and Hugo Boss Bottled EDT. Hugo Boss Bottled EDT is a phenomenal fragrance, though. That is not me hating on Hugo Boss Bottled at all. It's a super good fragrance. Dude, why can I not spell Bottled EDT? There we go. So, Instant Crush, Boss Bottled EDT. Low-key, these bottles are almost flipped. Kind of. Not really. But, Mancera's Instant Crush, Hugo Boss Bottled Instant Crush is this nice, sugary, sweet fragrance. It's like Baccarat Rouge 540. Saffron, sweet, a little bit vanillic, sandalwood, rosy. And then you have Boss Bottled EDT, which is this. Hold on. My cat was about to rip up my girlfriend's sweater. Boss Bottled EDT, which is this nice woodsy cinnamon appley fragrance. It's good, and it's inspired fragrances like Parfums de Marly Layton, like Killian's Angel Share. This is truly that OG apple pie. It doesn't smell like apple pie. This is that OG apple pie DNA. Where do I recommend buying Hawas from? I bought my original Hawas and Hawas Ice both from Amazon, and they're both phenomenal. Have I tried Bond Number 9? Never. I've never tried a Bond Number 9. I wish I have. Bond Number 9 looks to be a really good brand. Never tried them. They don't sell them around me, so I have no way of trying them. Y'all, vote on this. If we can at least get like three more people to vote on this, or at least like one more person, man, Sarah's Instant Crush and Hugo Boss Bottled EDT. Again, if you guys have never smelt the fragrance, vote for which one you just think looks better. I've gotten so many people that have been like, I'm just voting off what bottle I like more, and I'm like, fuck it, dude, do it. Thanks, Luis. No problem. I have the Bond Number 9 testers. How many do you have? Okay, well, Instant Crush, another 100-0 blowout. Instant Crush, 100-0 to Boss Bottled. EDT, we have two more matchups. Y'all see how slick that catch was, bro. We have two more matchups. Sauvage Elixir, LeBeau, not really a good matchup. Instant Crush, Dylan Blue, a better matchup, but still not really a good matchup. I tried Killian's Angel Share twice, and I think it's okay. For anyone from Canada, Fragrance Buy or Fragrance.net. I heard FragranceBuy.ca is the best for Canada. Because they're in Canada. But I guess, or Beauty House, I'm pretty sure is in Canada as well, but I could be mistaken. Sauvage Elixir and LeBeau. Let's see. Sauvage Elixir and LeBeau. Honestly, I'm excited to see which one is going to win. I think my prediction, I think LeBeau might win. Because LeBeau, more people have smelt LeBeau. So, LeBeau, nice, creamy, tonka bean, coconut fragrance. It's good. Really can't complain. Sauvage Elixir, nice, licorice, woodsy, peppery, nutmeggy, spicy fragrance. Both are really good. And why do I think LeBeau might win? As I said, more people have tried LeBeau. LeBeau's a pretty popular fragrance to try. A lot of people really like it as well, but it's weird. People love LeBeau or they hate LeBeau. It works on your skin or it doesn't. There's really no in between. Some fragrances that don't work on people's skins, yeah, sometimes they can get away with it. And to be fair, there's been some fragrances. Tommy Bahama Maritime, that was a fragrance I would wear. Sometimes it would smell good on my skin. Sometimes it would not smell good on my skin. LeBeau smells good on my skin. With people, either LeBeau smells good on your skin or it does not smell good on your skin. And if it doesn't smell good on your skin, you do not even want to be wearing this fragrance. Have you got the Montclair Pour Homme LED? I have not. The Montclair, isn't that one? It looks like it's like squished down and almost like folding over on itself, right? If I'm not mistaken. It looks like a Montclair jacket, but just in like a bottle form. But these two fragrances, let's see, unless there's a sweep right here. Okay, it's 50-50 right now. Let's get some more people to vote. Dior Sauvage Elixir or Jean Paul Gaultier's LeBeau EDT. It's 50-50 right now. If one person votes, then you pick which one wins between these. So if you simply just want to pick which one wins, vote. And then you get a pick. And then you can pat yourself on the back, I guess, if y'all want. But like I said, I would probably pick LeBeau here. I don't know. LeBeau you can wear year-round. It's absolutely phenomenal. Sauvage Elixir is phenomenal in the cooler weather and for special occasions where it's like, yeah, LeBeau you can wear it, as a special occasion scent as well. You can wear it in the summer. You can wear it in the winter. This one, special occasions, absolutely. Winter, absolutely. In the fall, absolutely. Fall, cooler weather and special occasions. Year-round, special occasions. partying scent. Sauvage Elixir isn't really a partying scent because it's, you know, a little too thick. You wouldn't want to like walk into a crowd of people wearing, you know, 3 sprays of Sauvage Elixir. You'd want to walk into a crowd of people wearing like 5 sprays of Le Beau though. So yeah, no one's voting. So I'm passing on Le Beau. Do I have any Pierre Cardin fragrances? I do not. I've not heard of my boy Pierre, unfortunately. Let's see. Dylan Blue or Instant Crush. Again, not really a good matchup here, but we will do with what we have. Instant Crush is like Baccarat Rouge 540. Nice, tangy, zingy, sweet, citrusy, fruity, floral fragrance. Has this super nice zingy saffron right off the bat. Then Versace's Dylan Blue. It's this super nice aquatic, ambroxan, bergamot, ambery, peppery, grapefruit, bergamot fragrance. Do I have any louder fragrance? Lauder? I have not even heard of that brand. No, I do not. I've never heard of that brand. I've heard of Montclair fragrances because I've heard of Montclair. Pierre Cardin, I want to say I've heard of it. Lauder, I've not heard. Estee Lauder. Does not ring a bell, Sean. TNS, what's going on? Hey, I really like aquatic and tropical fragrances. Should I go for Hawas or Hawas Ice? I think if you want more of a tropical fragrance, go Hawas Ice. Because you get Hawas, and then you also get this like candied green apple off the top. So it's a little more like sweet. Let's see, we have 5 votes. Dylan Blue, 80% to 20%. This one was another huge question that I was asked. Dylan Blue or Le Beau. They were 2 of my super... Okay, my summer rotation last year was literally Le Beau, Dylan Blue, Acqua di Gio Profondo, Blue Jeans. Those were like my 4 heavy hitters. Pierre, no problem. What about Issey Miyake? I know about Issey Miyake. My stepdad's signature scent is Issey Miyake L'Eau d'Issey Pour Homme. Just the original that came out in the 90s. Nice, fresh yuzu fragrance. We have Le Beau and Dylan Blue. And again, this one, a lot of people ask me Le Beau or Dylan Blue. And I really don't know. Like, they're both phenomenal. I love Dylan Blue. I like Dylan Blue more than my girlfriend likes Dylan Blue. My girlfriend likes Le Beau. I like Le Beau. My girlfriend loves Le Beau. I love Le Beau. I love Dylan Blue. My girlfriend likes Dylan Blue. So it's not even like, you know, she doesn't like this fragrance or, you know, that's why my opinion is one or another. But I don't know what way I would go with these fragrances. One thing I do want to say, Dylan Blue is a 3.4 ounce. Le Beau is a 2.5 ounce. And it is bigger than Dylan Blue. The Most Wanted Eau de Parfum. That's a good fragrance. I like Most Wanted Eau de Parfum. Ended up trading 120 ml Instant Crush for 100 ml is our Most Wanted EDP Intense plus 15. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, TNS, if it like, you probably made a little bit of profit on. Yeah. You made like $20-30. Me personally, I love Instant Crush. I would not have traded Instant Crush, but obviously it's up to you. As I predicted, Le Beau won. Put in your guys' last comments. Please make sure to like. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If y'all have not anyone, double tap the screen. It does not cost anything. Please drop a sub if y'all like fragrances. There should be a button up here. I have no clue because it does not show me a button. But y'all have a good night. You never used Instant Crush. Interesting. It wasn't for me. TNS, you got it, and you told me that you loved it, dude. So have I got any Creed? I don't have Creed. I've heard Millicent Imperial is great. And also, TNS, I'm just kind of giving you shit. Obviously, if you wanted to trade your own fragrance, trade your fragrance, man. If you like Most Wanted Eau de Parfum, that's phenomenal, and I hope you are happy with that trade. Just me personally, I wouldn't do it. See you, bud. Modhav, you have a great night. Everyone else have a great night. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, everyone. Love y'all.